morning, everyone. It's me, Dennis. I have not recorded a podcast video in a pretty long time. Well, would you call it a podcast? I don't know. It's just me training and talking to you guys, and you can train with me. That's like the whole point. We train together. Because this game can get quite lonely, and you just end up training by yourself for 10 minutes, and then you're like, you know what? I'm freaking bored. I'm gonna get off the game. And I'm here to change that. You can train with me. We can talk. I mean, it's only one way, because I can't really hear you talk, but you can talk. You know, and you can imagine that I'm listening to you, and just make sure no one's around so they don't think you need help. I want to talk about like what's been going on in my life lately, but not get too personal about it because I hate being personal on the internet. I don't really feel comfortable anymore being too open on the internet because I think in the past I've opened way too much, and I got really hurt because of that, because it was dumb of me to do that. You don't open up to strangers like that. I'm not saying you guys are strangers, but in some way you guys are, because I don't know you. But there are many people watching my videos, and most of them are, you know, watching them because they like my videos, because I have good intentions, but there are also some very weird people out there, and you don't know if they're watching your videos or not, so you'd rather just keep things as safe as possible and be careful. But yeah, I just want to talk about like what's been up lately, because I think you guys have noticed a bit of a change in my I was gonna say mental health, but like I don't even know how to put this into words, to be honest. I'm still transitioning from teenagehood to adulthood, and one of my good friends told me something. So my friend told me that when you're in a transition, you're nowhere between two somewheres, and that really hit home. And of course, being nowhere is really unsettling, you know what I mean? Or at least feeling like you're nowhere. And so I've been feeling like that for a pretty long time now. I think it's been like a few months, and I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you guys how I feel and how I've been feeling. I'm not complaining because I do enjoy this time of my life, even though it's really stressful and confusing. I have never in my entire life felt this free as I feel right now, and I will not change anything about it. I think that, you know, the stress that I'm experiencing and I'm feeling is normal, and so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm not gonna not do anything about it, because that'll be really unhealthy. To just like wallow in my state, you know what I mean? No, it's not gonna happen. A big problem that I have is also that I put so much pressure on myself, and I'm a 20-year-old with a mentality of a 32-year-old that has like two mouths to feed, you know what I mean? Well, I'm almost 20, but you get my point. I put so much pressure on myself, it's really draining and it's really exhausting, but I'm learning how to rest and how to enjoy the period of my life that I am in right now, and try and be here and not have my eyes pointed towards the future so much, but more on the present moment. It's really hard to do that, let me tell you. Not easy, but it's a lesson that I'm learning right now, and it's a really valuable lesson that I wouldn't learn otherwise if I wouldn't be going through this. This might sound pretty weird, but I've also like questioned if what I'm doing on YouTube is good enough, if I should stop or not, if I have anything to bring on the table for you guys, or if I'm just like rambling around. Because if that's the case, then I want to step away, you know what I mean? I don't want to just make videos because I have to, or because I have been making videos for a very long time and I can't just like stop. Because if I don't have anything valuable to bring, then I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? And so my question for you guys is, why do you guys watch my videos? Like, what makes you come back to my videos? Like, I'm really curious as to like, why do you guys watch me? I really want to know, like, what do you guys even like in these videos? You know what I mean? So I'm at a point in my life where I'm just questioning everything, and I think it's really healthy to do that sometimes, because you need to reevaluate what you're doing from time to time, and, you know, think, is this still for me? Am I still good at this? Should I keep on going with this? Is this chapter ending? Is it time for me to end this chapter? Maybe it was good for a while. Maybe I was actually, you know, providing something to the community for a while. Maybe it's now time to step away because I have nothing to say anymore. And I'm talking about my YouTube channel now, but not only about that. I don't want to leave YouTube. I love what I'm doing, but I'm just like, why am I here? You know what I mean? Like, do you guys want to listen to me talk? I have so many of these thoughts when I'm at the gym. It's a very nice time for me. I love being alone. I go to the gym alone. It's the best time ever of my life. I mean, of the day. It's so nice. I can just think about stuff. I can be introspective. I can listen to a podcast. I listen to Anything Goes by Emma Chamberlain from time to time. And she's been going through like these existential crises lately too, because she's also a young adult. And, you know, listening to her talk about all these things just make me feel less, like not even worried, but less concerned, if that makes sense. Because I know that this is normal. It's normal for people my age to experience this, you know what I mean? A lesson I learned recently is that success kills creativity. And I feel like as a YouTuber, I've been going through this phase where I was like, I mean, you can tell by what I just said earlier about my YouTube channel, like, you know, questioning my entire purpose here. Like, do you guys even enjoy my videos anymore? And I realized that, you know, you have a video, it does really well. There's then this pressure on your shoulders that you must come out with content that is at least as good as the last video that you uploaded and did really well. And I don't feel this pressure that much because I try to record what I enjoy regardless of like how many views I get or whatever. For example, I make these podcast videos where we train. I don't get many views, but I really do enjoy making them, so that I'm gonna keep on making them. It's really interesting because even though I don't get many views on these videos, I receive quite a few DMs telling me that they really enjoy listening to me, which means a lot to me. It's really nice and encouraging for me to hear that. That I'm not just talking to walls and no one wants to hear me talk. And what I'm learning is that creative people or people that bring out content need to just sit around and do nothing. Because that is when the most brilliant and original ideas come to your mind. Because if I try to like come up with a video idea, it's so hard. If I try to, you know, like think of something on a moment because, oh, I need to make a video. What am I going to record? I have no video ideas. But if I just take like my time off, if I just go on a walk, if I just go on a small vacation, like a 2-day trip or 1-day trip, you know, take my car, go somewhere, and then come back home, like I might actually get a few ideas pop in my mind, which probably makes no sense. But out of boredom, most creative ideas come to mind. You know what I mean? Like if you just sit around and do nothing and you're getting bored, that's when your mind actually starts to think of ideas and things to do. And that applies to videos too, you know, and content ideas. And for me, it's really hard to like not do anything. I just guilt myself so much. If I just lay in bed, I just self-loathe so much. If I just don't do anything and I just try and rest. And there's so much stress that I feel like I'm missing out on things. I feel like time is so important, you cannot get it back. Why are you wasting it? Why are you watching TikToks instead of like doing something with your life? And I need to learn how to rest. Because there's a time for resting, there's a time for working, but there's also a time for taking a break and resting. And yeah, it's just like, even, I think I'm more exhausted mentally than I am physically because of all the thoughts that I have. I have pretty big decisions to make and they're stressing me out. They're like really big decisions. I'm talking like moving out, getting a car, opening up a business. There are like so many thoughts that I have in my mind. And I'm just getting started with UI UX design, which is the niche and the job that I'm pursuing. And since I have no experience, I don't make as much money, and it does frustrate me, but at the same time I need to realize that, you know, if you don't have experience in a domain, it's okay to not make as much money as you would like to. Like, you first need to gain experience to get good at it, and then you make money. And I'm just questioning so many things. Like, do I want to do this with my life? I've always been inclined towards business and entrepreneurship. Why am I doing this? And then I'm like, well, if you want to, you know, make money, you need to learn a skill and then develop that, and then you can use that for opening up a business somehow. And like a lot of thoughts, like there's a lot going on. Things are going to get better, and things are getting better slowly but surely. In other news, I'm leaving to the States, and this is another factor that stresses me out so much because I have my visa appointment in March, and if I don't get my visa, then I'm not going. And I actually started selling a few of my breyers because I'm afraid I have to show the people at the interview how much money I have in my bank account, and so I'm just trying to like prepare from now and, you know, have the money in my bank account. I'm not leaving in March, but I do need to show them how much money I have at the interview, which takes place in March. So yeah, that's another big factor of stress that I have, that I'm leaving in the States. I love it. I'm really happy and thankful and grateful that I have this opportunity. It used to be like my dream ever to like visit the States, and then at one point I gave up, and 2 years later, out of nowhere, this American friend I met in Romania, where I live, you know, we hang out a little bit, showed him around the place, and he was like, I'm gonna talk with my wife and ask her if you can come over. And guess what? I'm going. And I'm really happy, I'm really excited, I'm really thankful that I can do that. So yeah, it's gonna be an amazing time. I'm gonna visit multiple states. I'm actually thinking if I should go alone to New York for like a few nights there as I stay there and just experience, you know, get a full vibe of New York, and, you know, just be alone in New York. You guys have no idea how much I love being independent, how much I love doing things alone and feel like I'm in control. Like oh man, that like being alone and traveling alone is nothing but badass, you know what I mean? And I admire people that are like eating alone, that go to the gym alone, that just do things on their own. Like it's nothing but like being a baddie. That's what it is. It's not embarrassing, it's not cringe, it's not sad, it's not depressing, it's just being confident, independent, and to me that's attractive. So I really want to go alone in New York, like a few nights, and, you know, get a full vibe of the state, and maybe meet some rats, because I've heard those are pretty much dwelling there. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. The only thing stopping me from going is the visa interview. If I don't get approved, then it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna bawl my ass out for like 4 days straight and then, you know, recover. I recorded a breyer video yesterday, and I love making breyer videos because I love breyers. I don't get many views on the videos, which I understand, and it's not frustrating, it's understandable. I make the videos mainly for myself, which might sound weird or selfish, but I just like recording videos and then looking back at them a few years later and see how I used to, you know, collect my breyers, how I used to look like, how I used to think, how my collection used to look like, how I reacted when I first opened a certain breyer, you know, and just like over years, just look at these videos and see how things used to be like. If you guys want to watch that video, there's a card in the top right corner after watching this video. That would be really nice. That is actually how I started collecting breyers. I did not know anything about them. I just watched a video and I was like, man, why am I not collecting these rats? So you guys could give it a try. You might like them too, as I did. You know, that's how I got into breyers. Just watched a video from this one YouTuber called FoxGlory123. Sadly, she left YouTube, but I mean, she uploads like once in a while. Like I'm talking once a year or something. It's really sad how the breyer community and the breyer YouTube channels have just died, and I feel like people moved over to Facebook and Instagram, which is understandable because it's like way quicker to just like post. For example, like my last video was top 10 purchases as of 2021 when it comes to breyers. You know, my top 10 breyers bought in 2021. People do that in 10 seconds in a Facebook post. They just post pictures of the breyers and that's it. You know, but making a video, setting up a camera, showcasing all the 10 breyers you purchased in 2021 that you like the most, takes way more work than just, you know, taking a few pictures and uploading on Facebook, which makes sense, but nothing compares to a video in my opinion. Like a video is so much more enjoyable to watch than just, you know, scrolling through some pictures, because you get to know the collector, you get to like hear their voice and see their facial expressions, and, you know, it's different. And so I'm pretty sad about the fact that the breyer community died. Like 6 years ago, the breyer community used to be more alive on YouTube. That was really awesome. I'm gonna stop talking about breyers because I feel like I'm so annoying. Most of you guys don't collect breyers, and I feel like I'm just annoying. If you follow me on Instagram, then you definitely think I'm the most annoying person ever, because I post so many pictures of breyers there on my story. But yeah, it's really interesting that barely any people follow me on Instagram. Like I have 10k followers, and on YouTube I have 45k subscribers, and it's because I never talk about my Instagram in my videos. Like I never do. So maybe I used to back then, like 2 years ago. I think I used to talk about it here. But I always forget to talk about it, so if you guys want to go follow me on Instagram, then do it. I'm really active there. But be aware, I post many breyer things related. There is something I have never talked about on this channel. I've been having this thought for like over 6 months now, I think, to start a YouTube channel where I talk about finance and business because I'm so passionate about it. And I know it's probably like not, like, you know, you guys watching this video probably don't care about that. And it's really interesting because it might surprise you guys that I'm so much different than you guys think I am. And that is because I have so many sides to me, as everyone does. We're so complex as human beings. And, you know, on this channel, I only show my love for horses, you know, like that side of me. And I feel like this is the most soft side of me, which is really funny because you guys get to see that all the time. But like no one from real life really knows about this channel except for my girlfriend and then like a few other friends. Because it's like it's on this channel I show you guys my softest side, and it's my most vulnerable side because I talk about horses, you know what I mean? And horses are sensitive creatures, which only makes you think that if you love horses and if you're passionate about them, you're also a very sensitive human being. Maybe I'm just wrong, but I feel like horses are so sensitive. And people that like horses are really sensitive, and they have a very soft side and a beautiful side to them. And like this might be toxic, but as a guy, like I'm not the most comfortable person to talk about my passion for horses. People have so many wrong assumptions about, you know, guys liking horses, which to me makes no sense. I don't understand, man. I really don't understand why people have all these, have this weird mentality that horses are only for girls. Like, horses are animals and they're meant to be liked by everyone, you know what I mean? Like, when horses were created, they weren't destined to be only ridden or liked by girls, you know what I mean? It's an animal, and animals should be liked by everyone. But what I wanted to say is that I want to make a channel where I talk about finance, my business moves, and how much money I make and how I make money and how I've been making money as a teenager. Since, I mean, not even as a teenager, I've been making money all my life, because I've always found ways to do that, and that's because I've always been searching and seeking ways to make money, because I've always been passionate about money, and I've always been passionate about, you know, financial independence and entrepreneurship and, you know, all that thing. And I want to make a channel about that. I'm thinking about turning my vlogging channel, where I used to post videos there, into this finance or business YouTube channel. So it's me editing this video, and also I've lost my voice completely. It's really hard for me to speak, but I forgot to mention why I want to make this channel, and that is because I want to encourage and help other teenagers make money and obtain financial freedom and independence at a very young age. It's not to show off or brag, it's to help others, because thanks to other videos and channels like this one that I want to open up, I've been helped and encouraged a lot to make money. So yeah, I've lost my voice, guys. I'm not okay. And I'm not going to be promoting it necessarily on this channel because, again, people that watch my videos are probably just, you know, they're only here for the horse content. However, I will talk about it like once or twice and then just, you know, completely shut up about it because I don't want to be annoying. I had a vlogging channel a few years ago and I was really annoying. I was promoting it here so much, and I don't know that Dennis anymore. Like, the Dennis you used to know from those videos, he's dead. He's changed more than radically. I'm so happy I changed. I've changed so much in the past like 1 year or like 2 years. I've changed drastically, and I'm so happy I did. I hate the Dennis that I used to be like 1 year ago or 2 years ago. So yeah, this has been like something that's been on my mind for a pretty long time, you know, making this channel. What's been holding me back though is that I'll share, you know, very personal information, how much money I make, even with this YouTube channel. But that channel is gonna be completely finance and just that, and maybe UI UX design, but nothing horse related. I'm not going to talk about this channel there because I want to target a different audience. But if you guys want to watch that video, then you're more than welcome, of course. But yeah, that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm thinking about opening, you know, creating that channel, making videos there. I've noticed in the past months that there are quite a few young adults watching my videos, which is like so nice. That is really cool to know that there are people my age watching my videos. You know, that means a lot to me for some reason. You know, after graduating, I had all these plans for myself, all these resolutions, you know, to go to the gym every day except for Sundays. And I'm doing that, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, 5 months younger Dennis would be so proud of me. After taking my final exam, I left my city and I went alone, and I slept in this one city from my country, Romania, somewhere in the mountains, just to recreate. I had learned so much for those exams, and as soon as I finished my last exam, I packed everything and I left. And I made a video while I was in the car being there when I arrived at a destination, and I made a video for my future self, and I talked about how much I wanted to pursue UI UX design, how I wanted to start going to the gym every day after graduating. I had already graduated when I made that video, but I was like, from now on I'll hit the gym every single day except for Sundays. And then, I'll get a job in the UI UX design field, and I did that, and I started going to the gym every day. So I would be so proud of myself, like younger Dennis would be so proud of myself for achieving all these things. And I also estimated what grades I would get in my final exams, and I was pretty close. I actually did better than I thought I would do. So like that video was gonna be a freaking gem. Like imagine me watching that a few years later or showing that to my kids. That would be so cool. Yeah, so overall, even though it's a stressful period of my life, I'm really happy and content and grateful that I'm here, because it's uncomfortable, but again, I am nowhere between two somewheres, and I know that that somewhere has so much to bring, and it's a beautiful place, and I cannot wait to get there. But I'm also learning how to enjoy being here in the unknown, in the nowhere, if you could put it like that. I'm also really happy that I get to capture this transition on tape. Like all these videos I'm recording right now, I'll be able to watch these 10 years later and be like, wow, Dennis, you've grown so much. Or wow, Dennis, you had no idea what was about to come. You were so innocent. You know what I mean? So I get to capture and I get to archive, in a way, all these moments on video. And that's the beauty of it, man. You just make videos and you look back at them and you're like, wow, I've grown so much ever since and matured so much and gotten so far. Or the other way around, wow, I have become worse. Well, let's hope that's not gonna be the case. Alright guys, I'll end the video here. It's a pretty long one. If you're still watching this video, then I can't believe it. Comment down below, Dennis, you're the dinkiest of the dinkiest rat. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and all your support, I really do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you want to watch more videos like this one, I have a whole playlist of just podcasts, and if you want to subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Alright everyone, have a good one. Bye everyone.